From Doncaster, my name's Charlie, and because I'm from Doncaster, I fully understand how important the EU is to the UK. Doncaster receives so much in Regional Development Fund, it wouldn't be the city it is, and if you've ever been to Doncaster, which I'm assuming a lot of people from Sheffield have, you know that it has improved over the last 10 years because of RDF. But I think sometimes we get a bit bogged down in all the economic reasons to stay in the EU. And we should be focusing that at the heart, the EU has a much more fundamental reason and a much more fundamental core aspect of it. And that is peace. It's also easy in campaigning for Remain and for a People's Vote to lose sight that the EU does have structural issues, and they do need fixing, which is perhaps inevitable in such a large union of countries. But I believe with every part of my being that the EU is important and we must fight for it. It was important for peace when it started, and it is important for peace now. In 1957, the Treaty of Rome determined to lay the foundations of an ever closer union among the peoples of Europe. When I think of this phrase, I imagine those 6 leaders of the 6 nations sitting around and hoping for me and my sister, children of the EU. We are a product of what happens when free movement happens. The freedom to live and work in any country. The freedom to love in any country. A decade before this treaty was signed, the countries involved had been at war, meaning that children like me were rare and parents like mine were shunned. And I should know this, because my great-grandmother was shunned from her Italian community for falling in love with a German soldier. I do not think that back in the early 50s, she could ever possibly imagine that her young daughter would one day work for the institution that brought those countries together. And I definitely do not think that she ever, in her wildest dreams, imagined her German-Italian granddaughter one day marrying the enemy, a Brit. But we are no longer enemies. I have German friends that I campaign against the far right with. I have French friends, I have Polish friends, I have friends from all over the EU, and my Italian family can come here for birthdays and Christmases, and we can do the same with ease because of freedom of movement. Brexit risks this. Brexit threatens the very peace that the EU was founded upon by fracturing and dividing countries. I urge you all to look and read the testimonies put together by the In Limbo project. A union built for 13 countries cannot sustain 28 without serious restructuring. It will take a combined effort of experts in politics and EU economics and politics to rebuild and reshape the EU to work for all 28 nations and possibly more. But it is important that we do this, and it is vital that the UK is involved in this. We must have an EU that has at the heart very crucial elements of peace.